It's always a good day at Judson. Hey choir, it is good to talk to you today, and what a week we're having. Now, I'll tell you, I'm recording this video on Tuesday, November 2nd. Is it 2nd? Tuesday, November 3rd, Election Day. So I am speaking from a place of having no idea what has happened over the last couple days. If you're watching this on Thursday, the 3rd, 4th, Thursday the 5th, I don't know what you know. So I am sitting here on election day, clueless as to how things have played out. But I feel like I have a couple things I just want to share with you, just some encouraging words. So the thing that's been on my heart and my mind lately, especially just talking to our kids a lot through this election cycle, and the election has sort of spurred these thoughts. You know, they have brought me to the place of thinking of these things and speaking to our children about where our confidence lies and things like that. Now, I have no idea if we even by Thursday the 5th of November, if we even know who was elected as the president and vice president. I don't know. We might know by now, but the thought that's been in my head is where is my confidence? That's the question that's been in my heart and my head. And I think God has been bringing that to mind because our kids have heard us, talking about the election, talking about, the things we care about. And obviously, Amy and I both voted, with based on some things that we care about. So, and the things that we care about that we feel like are important. And I know you did too. Anyone who voted, one thing that's great about America and that we can say today, no matter who won the election, is hooray for democracy. Hooray for this place where we get to vote and have a say and do this process, because so many countries and times past and even today are ruled by dictatorships and these iron fists, and people are repressed. And I'm just so glad that we don't live in a country like that. So I'm glad we have a process like this, for sure. No matter who's sitting there, I'm glad we have this process. But we all vote with, based on the things we care about, the things that God's put in our hearts, the things that we think are important, and some of those things are different for each of us, in our walks of life. So today, if there is somebody who has been declared a president, if it's Joe Biden, or if it's Donald Trump or Kanye West, whoever it is, if it's the person you voted for, well, then you have reason to be happy or grateful or whatever. If it's the person you didn't vote for, you have reason to be disappointed. Like, that's okay. You can be disappointed about that. But I would caution us not to be too happy, and I would caution us not to be too disappointed, no matter where we are on the spectrum. Because when we put all of that excitement and trust in something besides God, I think that's offensive to our Creator, because He deserves that. And we put all of our grief and disappointment and all of that emotion and feelings of fear that come because who we chose did not get picked, who we voted for is not sitting there. I believe that's offensive to our Creator as well, on either side. It's interesting what God will put us through to draw us to Himself. There's a song that Larnell Harris sang a long time ago called "Disturb Us, Lord." I believe, and I did a little research, I believe it's based off of the prayer that Sir Francis Drake back in the 15th century that he wrote down. It's kind of a famous prayer. And the song takes the idea, it doesn't take it verbatim, so it has some artful leeway that it gives it, but it's basically the same idea. In the bridge of the song, I was on a run today, and it was in this bridge just struck me right in the heart. And it says, and I encourage you to go listen to it. Go listen to the song "Disturb Us, Lord" by Larnell Harris. The bridge says, "Sometimes in your great love, you comfort the trouble, but other times in your greater love, you trouble the comfortable." Think about that. So if you're troubled today, maybe direct that to the Lord and ask him how he's wanting to speak into your life and how he's wanting to calm you and how he wants this trouble you feel in your spirit to draw you back to him, closer at least. So there's another song that came up when I was running today. That one, Disturb Us Lord, came up, but there's another one by, it's actually a Christian rapper. You may or may not have heard of it, but his name is Sho Baraka, and that song is called Excellent. But he said in this one little spot, he said, it's malpractice. We want healing without patience. We don't want heart transplants. We want facelifts. And that's kind of a slap in the face too. The patience sometimes of God taking us through a time when we feel disturbed, when we feel uncomfortable. Those are growing times. We know what the refiner's fire is, and we know what that's for, and we know the picture that represents in our spiritual lives. And if you feel like that's where you are right now because of whoever the president is, which again, as I sit here, I have no idea. But the point is let's not let that matter as much as maybe it does to some of us. Let's remember to put that in perspective. It does matter who's president. It does matter what policies are in place and the direction those policies take our country. And so I'm not saying that doesn't matter. It really does, which is why we all get out and vote, which I voted. And, that's why we do that. But at the end of the day, are we shaken or are we not shaken? Remember that song that we've sung so many times, I will not be shaken, because we're going to put our trust in God. We won't be shaken by what happens in this world. We won't be shaken by who's voted in as president. Think of people in persecuted China who are not shaken. Think what their government looks like. Think what the direction of their leadership is. To us, that's a far cry from where we are. But that church is alive and well. And those people have hope, and they live like they have hope. And they're not shaken. The church in China is not shaken, and in other persecuted countries as well. So let's step up, and let's be the church, and let's not be shaken, and let's not put all our confidence in whoever's sitting there. If they are who we voted for, well, good, that's good. But let's be sure and not replace our confidence in God with our confidence in some sort of government body. There's that verse that this lyric has come, I call it a lyric. Well, it is Psalms, so those are songs. This lyric has come to my mind a lot as I have thought about this, and it's a verse that we all are very, very familiar with. It's Psalm 20, verse 7. It says, some trust in chariots and some in horses, but we trust in the name of the Lord, our God. We need to be that church. That's the church. Our God is so much bigger than anything that's going on around us. And his plan is so much bigger than anything that's happening right around us. It's part of his plan. And what's happening with us, we need to take our steps every day, walking in the Spirit and letting his Spirit guide us in our speech, in our actions. But there's a bigger plan going on. So let's have confidence in that for sure. So that's my encouragement to you today. I hope to see you guys soon. We have some good stuff coming. We'll probably send out an email really soon with the choir arrangement and the demo for the Christmas virtual choir song that we're going to do. It's going to rock. I want to encourage you. We're gonna come up with some more tools, some different tools to help everybody do this and everybody be involved in this. It's going to be such a great gift to give to our congregation and those who visit and watch us online for Christmas. And it'll be one of the Advent Sundays. I believe it's the second or third Advent Sunday, the 14th December. I'm sure I'm wrong about all that, but it'll be coming up soon. And we'll want to do some quick work on it. I've got some creative ideas that Kirk and I are talking through about how we can get you prepared to make your video and get it to me, and it's going to be great. But until next time, we know that it's always a good day at Judson.